All right, well, here we are, face to face. I know it's a little weird. Hopefully we'll all get used to it eventually, somehow. Basic short story about all this and why you're being forced to look upon me now is that I got fired. Oh, I guess technically I got laid off along with my entire department. I used to previously work in the IT department for a very large fruit company, and I certainly was not very important, but I was important enough so that my boss would have looked very poorly upon getting sent clips of me on the internet behaving in an, I mean, let's be honest, an incredibly juvenile fashion, making dick jokes and shrieking about video games. That would have gone rather badly. So we had to invent the little Doom guy sprite, which I have grown to love, especially his little bong on the desk. I love that, but sadly, there is no more need for that because I'm now no longer gainfully employed. So that is the really short story as to why previously we were not face to face and now we are. We're gonna do it like this going forward. I guess for no other reason, I'm really like animating that little guy and like cut and pasting it across the whole video project. It was really a pain in the ass. So this is much easier. Yes, the answer to the question, dear God, this better not be the video quality going forward. It will not be. I've never done this before, so we're gonna have to figure out stuff. But right now it's basically just like my iPad attached to the top of my computer monitor with this microphone. So we will be getting better in the future. But for now, please bear with us through this transitory period in the channel. All right. Anyway, that aside, on with the show. So, I guess here we go. Welcome back, everybody, to another stunning episode. Very stunning, I guess, of your favorite video game shenanigans show, DEGREELESSNESS, starring me, Shanghai Pete, this time in the horrible flesh. Hope you've all been having fun, survived the week. I did not. I didn't survive the week of my job. Anyway, but in good news, there are a lot of fun things to play recently, a lot of good games. So let's do a little bit of personal what's Pete playing. I finally grabbed a Switch 2, which is honestly about as impressive as I was imagining. The build quality is great, the screen looks great, the Joy-Cons, when you snap them into the sides, super fun. The DK game, which I feel a little bad about for previously lambasting, is actually really cool. That's very well done. Mario Kart World is on a whole nother level. The free roam plus all the new courses is just absolutely a blast. Plus, I've actually been playing the Bravely Default remaster. I never got a chance to finish that on I guess 3DS is where I was playing before. So I grabbed that on Switch 2. That actually, I've probably been putting the most amount of hours into Mario Kart World. But aside from that, it's probably Bravely Default Remaster I've been playing the most. So that's really great. I also recently replaced the dying bulb in my projector downstairs, which means it was time to get a whole bunch of PS5 stuff. I bought Doom the Dark Ages again on PS5 just to play it on the projector downstairs on the couch. Of course, I got Expedition 33, so I can finally finish that without having to be sitting at this desk, which is great. But I think that's about it for what I'm playing right now. Of course, obviously, I'm always playing WoW Classic. Nobody needs to hear about that. But what are you guys playing? Leave it in the comments down below. Maybe you'll help someone find something they enjoy, or maybe they will help you find something new and super sick to play. It's community, guys. Here, let's, try to embrace that. In other fun news, a new WoW private server called Project Epoch launched and then immediately kind of crashed. But I did get a little bit of time with it. It was really a lot of fun. So if you guys see that kicking around, if you're into Classic Plus, check that out. I think that's about it for personal news. But, you know, as the natural order of the world tends to go, so go a few good things in industry, so also go a whole bunch of fucking idiotic ones. So, you know, you know what's next, right? Deep inside. Next up, just time for a quick recap of the week, during which many things, none very important, occurred. We have the predictable and embarrassing failure of yet another overpromised and underdelivered live service in the form of Splitgate 2. So sad, guys. Just so sad. No one could ever seen that coming. I don't think I've ever actually seen a live slop service unlaunch itself before. So that was pretty entertaining, I guess. Very impressive. That's one way into the history books, not one I personally would have chosen, but okay. You know, you guys do you, I guess. We've also got Ubisoft continuing to shove its entire foot into its already positively stuffed mouth as they insist on doubling down their strat of, no, we actually kind of are trying to be the worst possible gaming company on the face of the planet in all of human history. It's not just you, we really are trying to do that. Yikes, I mean, all right. Wow, not satisfied with merely safeguarding the complete and total destruction of their company's value over the last 5 years, they're now apparently deciding that their villain role in the Stop Killing Games saga needs to be upgraded to super villain. Okay, according to Ubisoft, merely trying to delete your own games from your own library without permission wasn't quite getting the job done, so they've updated their EULA to demand that you do it yourself lest ye suffer the consequences. Again, not the route I would have chosen to go, but okay. Great idea, Ubisoft. I'm sure this will go well. Anything else? Lastly, tonight, Nintendo, it seems, was not kidding about making a live-action Zelda movie and has just released their casting choices for Zelda and Link. And here they are. Let's put that on screen now. Looks fine. For me, it's really all about the vibes that they choose for the script and tone. Personally, in order for them to make a live action thing work, I either need like an 80s fantasy kind of Labyrinth, Dark Crystal type of tone, or I need it to be the cartoon of like, excuse me, princess.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Somewhere in between there, I think will do very good. But beyond that, it's not really my habit to show a preference for which little kids get cast in movies, so seems fine. I'm sure, no doubt, that a whole bunch of people will find something to complain about this, but not me. But what about you guys? Do you think this casting is a good choice? Do you not care? Are you just now looking up how to watch old 90s episodes of that Zelda cartoon I was mentioning? Let us know. All right, for our main story tonight, well, this is so weird. I'm sorry. Don't worry. Going forward, there's not going to be this ridiculous cutout of me, like not cropped or anything, just sitting down here. We're getting a green screen. We're getting actual gear. This is just for this one episode because I want to put something out, and the rest of the green screen, all that kind of shit's not going to be here for a couple days, and I haven't uploaded in like a week or so I just want to put something out, but I promise it's not going to be this bootleg going forward. Please believe me. Anyway, for our main story tonight, we're going to have to go back and look at Xbox. I know it seemed like Xbox was intent on just completely destroying their brand, burying themselves 27 floors into the basement, and just living out the rest of their days. Who knows? But in a rare victory for consumer advocacy, and I would even say common sense, looks like they might be going back on some of their initial decisions, which may have been too hasty. The story from Hypebeast. In a significant victory for consumer advocacy, Xbox has officially reversed its controversial decision to price upcoming first-party titles at $80. Following widespread backlash from the gaming community, Microsoft confirmed today that its full-priced holiday releases, including the highly anticipated The Outer Worlds 2, which I I am one of the people highly anticipating that. I love the first one. I bet the second one's going to be a banger. Will now launch at $69.99 USD, aligning with current market conditions. Now, isn't that interesting? Because as I recall, I made the, at the time, rather flippant analysis, if you will, that Microsoft at times could be considered chaotic good. Now, yes, I know for the most part that that robust analysis has been proven largely to be rather insane, really. But in little stories like this, you can kind of see what I was sort of talking about. Randomly, they'll go around and just do something good. I'm sorry, maybe you had it in your bingo card, I did not, that Microsoft was going to go and produce a consumer advocacy win where Nintendo did not. Mario Kart, $80. The Outer Worlds 2, $70. I don't know, maybe, I mean, by all means, I'm not handing any sort of victory to Microsoft here. Fuck Microsoft. There's still a bunch of corpo assholes, obviously. But I'm just pointing out that sometimes randomly they might choose to do something chaotically good. Perhaps. Okay. Anyway, continuing. The initial announcement in May 2025 that Xbox's major titles, starting with The Outer Worlds 2, would jump to an $80 price point sparked immediate and fervent criticism from players. Yes, and slop tubers. also slop tubers. Many argued against the price increase, especially for a game like Obsidian Entertainment's RPG, which some felt might not justify a premium tier traditionally reserved for massive blockbusters. The move also saw Xbox following Nintendo, which had recently launched Mario Kart World at $80 for the Switch 2. And just another pause here. This whole some games are not big enough or cool enough or good enough to justify a premium tier pricing. Fuck that. No, that's absolutely ridiculous. Either this is your price point for games or it's not. It's either a $70 and below or it's not. It's not like, well, it's gonna be 70, but like, oh, this one's like especially big, so this one's 90. The reason I'm so against that is a few reasons. One, because you can't just hop around back and forth like that. It sets ridiculous customer expectation, or rather none whatsoever, and that benefits who? Yes, only corpos. And two, because who the fuck is it to decide what game justifies jacking the price up? Well, it certainly isn't fucking us. I'll tell you that. It's definitely not us. It's gonna be who? Yeah, the fucking corpos. So you know that even if it starts off being somewhat based in reality, eventually it's going to escalate to the point where anytime they feel like they need to jack up shareholder value a little bit more, they're just going to toss another $10, $20, $30, $40 onto the price tag. Can't start that nonsense. No. Hype Beast continues. The Switch reversal by Xbox suggests a direct response to consumer sentiment. Oh, it suggests that. It does indeed suggest that, though why they would ever consider responding or caring about consumer sentiment eludes me. Reports indicate that early pre-order numbers for The Outer Worlds 2 may have been lower than anticipated, signaling consumer unwillingness to embrace the new pricing model. Imagine that. Yeah, guys, don't fucking pre-order, please. Let's see, where was I? All right, Obsidian Entertainment even acknowledged the feedback with a humorous in-universe social media post joking about revising the price after receiving SOS via skip drone from players. Yes, that's really cute, guys. It's very cute. Microsoft's statement confirmed that those who pre-order The Outer Worlds 2 at $80 will receive refunds. Again, chaotic good, perhaps? I don't know. This decision also impacts other major 2025 holiday releases from Xbox, which now will also adhere to the $70 USD standard. Earlier this year, Microsoft made the announcement to increase the price of games for the holiday season. However, it has since backfired. Yes, that is one way of putting it. Not for Nintendo, curiously, just for Microsoft. In a recent statement, Microsoft said, "We understand these changes are challenging, and they were made with careful consideration given market conditions and the rising cost of development. Looking ahead, we continue to focus on offering more ways to play more games across any screen, ensuring value for Xbox players." Blah, 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 blah. In short, at the time they said that, they were pretty sure that that was going to make them money. And since then, new evidence has come to light that has led them to believe, like, oh shit, that's not actually going to make us any money at all. Quick reverse course. That's a little more realistic, I think, as to the story behind why that turned out the way it did. While some in the industry have pointed to rising development costs as a justification for price hikes, Microsoft's quick backtrack underscores the power of collective player feedback. Yes, it does, doesn't it? Imagine not advocating for that. The development leaves the door open for other publishers, including Sony, maybe Nintendo, perhaps dare to dream, to reevaluate their own pricing strategies in response to strong consumer pushback. Yes, indeed. Now, I bring this up as a main story, not because it's like super crazy or anything, but like they say in the article, one, because it does point out that complaining on the internet can sometimes have good results. And as someone who enjoys complaining on the internet quite a bit, I encourage not only you and everyone else to do it as much as possible, but for it to be tolerated and indeed embraced. I think that's about it for today's episode, though. I know it's been kind of rocky. It's been a little, it's very tumultuous. But I appreciate you sticking with us. I promise we're gonna have the green screen and stuff in place for the next episode. But until then, I hope you have gotten over your shock at having to gaze upon my hideous visage. It'll get easier as we go forward, I promise. And until we see you next week, we love you today. We love you all the way.
Woke up, smoke up, blunt, then I pass out. Pass out. Woke up, what up, smoke up, blunt, then I'm back down. Back down. What? Yup, woke up, smoke up, blunt, then I pass out.